So if some of you have seen the video when I went through my in-car gear, I'm actually going through with the overnighter today. It's 33 degrees highest, and it's going to be the lowest of 19 degrees, so it is incredibly hot. So I'm not going to just be using my in-car gear because of the fact that in the scenario I'm going to be out and then I'm going to have to spend the night out on the ground. So even with the in-car gear, you're always going to be using it in conjunction with what's already in your body. So if you're carrying an EDC pack like I do, you're obviously going to have some water. And the fact that it's 33 degrees Celsius today, I've got extra water already packed in the car just because it's the sensible thing to do. So when you use common sense, you will always know to add extra little bits and bobs. So what I've got is in my in-car gear was exactly the same what was in that video. So if you haven't seen it yet, jump back and then go watch it. I just got his version as well. And then anything else I've got today is just a water bottle, which I'll always take with us anyway. I've always got a hoodie of some description. All you need to think about is always pack what's sensible and what you're actually doing when you go out for the day. So let's crack on. So yeah, is my in-car gear, just seated in the driver's seat. This is what we'll always carry around with us anyway when I'm out on the ground. Just a litre of water with a snack in it, just a hoodie, and then this is always in my car anyway, so I've got a good 6 litres of water. So I've been out for the day, I've went walking in the woods and my car won't start, or it's broken in some description. So all I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make that call for help or someone to come and get us. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to either hunker down or just chill out for a bit. But in this scenario, I want to play out the fact that I'm not going to be able to get picked up until tomorrow. As you can see, there's plenty of shade and then there's woods around us. So I'm going to use what I've got to be able to set up a small camp to be able to last the night until help or rescue arrives. So what I've done is I've moved about 30 or so metres off that track into the tree line that was behind us before. It's mainly sort of beech and western red cedar. However, I'm moving away from the beech just purely because they're prone to have catastrophic limb failure, so I don't want anything falling on top of it. So one of the first things I want to do is just look above and make sure there's like no widowmakers above us. The reason why I'm not so far in the woodland is because of the fact that if I'm going to be out here on my own, I'm waiting for somebody and they do call for us, or I can hear a vehicle approaching, I'll still be able to get out there in good time. Or if someone calls for us, I'll be able to call back and I'll be able to hear us. So what I'm now going to do is just set camp up for the night. So like I mentioned before, it's the fact that I've not just come out here with my in-car kit, it's the fact that I always carry an EDC with us as well, so that's always in my pocket. I always carry a set of gloves with us and a water bottle just purely just to stay hydrated. Like I mentioned before, it's 33 degrees today and it is hotter than the sun. I'm ginger, I'm pasty, so therefore I'm going to sweat a lot more in the heat and I'll burn. So one of the reasons why I'm in this wood block is the fact that it's actually cooler and I'm shaded from that sun that's going to be sending its harmful photon radiation down to us and then fry us. So always in my pocket I've always got the Northern Limits EDC pouch. Got 2 mesh pouches on the back of it as well, and then in here I've got my sharpener. So it's got a diamond side on it and then it's got the ceramic side as well, and that's just to keep my blade sharp. Always got me a Bic lighter with tape around it just purely because it's thick, it's robust. First time, every time, get that fire, and then I can use this for kit repair and to start a fire. 25 feet hank of 7-strand paracord. Yeah, under 3-inch non-locking pocket knife. Got a torch. So bright, dim, and then strobe for signalling and emergencies and just to see where I am at night. I've then got my flint striker because I live in Wiltshire. Flint is in abundance and it's also my bearing block as well. And then I've got a safety whistle. And then lastly, just a little pocket compass. Going on to this then, just as a quick reminder, if you haven't seen this video, get back, me and Padge have done one. Got what we carry in the car, Silums, small compass, got me Victorinox Forester, and then I've then got all the other stuff. If you want to know what's inside there in detail, go watch that video. However, more importantly, I've got a shelter for the night, just an emergency top. I've got my food, I've got another lighter in redundancy, and I've got a few little bits and bobs in there as well. To make sure I stay hydrated regardless of where I go, whatever time of the year it is, I will always carry my stainless steel water bottle in this pouch. Okay, I can just throw it over my shoulder, and it's got just the lid, it's got the Meston cup, and then a litre of water in it as well. And then just in the front here, I'll just either carry some coffee or just some snacks. In this case, I've got some Spanish chorizo, which is high fat, high protein. And that's just purely just to stay hydrated. Hydration kills. Okay? The more dehydrated you are, okay, the less your reaction times, it causes accidents, and then, you know, worst case scenario, death. So just make sure you stay hydrated out on the ground. Like I said, it's 33 degrees today. I've intentionally packed 5 litres of water into my car purely because just in case I break down or I need to replay or whatever it may be, I've got that water there. So I've brought, because I'm only 30 metres from the car, I've just brought it with us. So as you could just see there, I have got my emergency shelter up. It's not going to be here for long. I'm going to be here till probably about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I am probably not going to have a fire unless I want to heat some scoff up, make a brew later on, but it's 33 degrees today. It's going to get down to 19, so I'm not going to need to cover myself over, because for 19 degrees for me is normally, you know, too hot for me. So what the temperature we're in now is just killing me. I have drank about 1.5 litres of water since I've been here. I'm just losing hydration, so I need to keep on top of it. So let's get this packed up. Don't forget, pack your gear up when you're not using it, and make sure you've got your first aid kit with you anytime that you use sharp tools. So realistically, you're never about 10 miles away from any sort of kind of help anyway. So if you can push sort of like, you know, that out. But the question you really ask yourself is, how much water have you got? And have you got enough to get where you're going? So is it more safer for you and to stay hydrated, to be able to stand still, go static, and just wait for rescue or wait for help? Or have you actually got the means to be able to get to another place to then call for help or rescue? Risk versus reward. Yeah, it's just that balance and finding out. Don't go outside of your own comfort zone, your own skill set. Okay, everyone watches these YouTube videos and thinks, you know, like, they're going to do this kind of things. Okay, I'm a trained individual, as everyone at Northern Limits Bushcraft and Survival is. We know what our safety protocols. Even me being here, I have a safety protocol, because if something goes wrong, someone knows where I am. I can get help, and you know, like, it is safe. I've got time to kill, so I'm going to crack out some projects. While I've been off camera, I've been getting some wood, but what I've done was I made myself a bow saw from the wire saw, or commando saw, depending on what you call it, just so I can get some larger bits of wood. I've made myself a tripod, as you've just seen, and I've just been processing wood. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. I'm going to get some food on. I've got the army ration boiling in the bag, so I'm going to put that in the mess tin, just boil that up, have some food, and I'm going to chill out for the rest of the night. See, so you don't actually need that much to be able to have a functioning sort of like overnight camp. All I've got there is just some snare and wire out the survival kit to go at my pot hanger. And if you've ever wondered how much fat's in chorizo, loads of it. So what I've done here is I've just got it on a slight angle so it's all draining off. So if that was like the true situation of survival, you know, you'd be taking all that fat on just purely for the calories if you were for any prolonged amount of time. But because I'm on an overnighter, I'm getting older, so I need to watch my figure, so I'm just draining all that fat off. And while that's crisping off, I'm just gonna pop this open. I'm just gonna get meatballs and pasta, British Army style, and it's as nasty as it actually sounds. So, bon appetit. Mmm, this is delicious. Said no soldier ever. Crispy spicy chorizo, absolutely delightful. I'm gonna eat this, having brew, and then I'm gonna dispose of this fat. I'm gonna hit the hay. I've got torch on in there, got the fire going in the front. Just get a bit late before I settle down. I'm gonna sleep on my hoodie and on my schmag. Hopefully not gets too sweaty throughout the night because it is humid. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I slept horrifically. It was so humid last night and it was just, I just couldn't get comfortable to sleep, but it is what it is. I wasn't expecting to sleep very well anyway, but hey, time for a brew. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you that the fact that what we show you here at Northern Limits is what we actually use. So the last video that I done and our Padge done as well, we showed you what kit we carry in our car, and this is just me showing that I actually use it and how to. Pack correctly, pack smart. Just remember, you may have a grab bag in your car, whatever version of it may be, but you're also going to have the kit that's also in your pockets. You're going to have the clothes that are on your back as well. In the last video I did state that I would normally use the car as my shelter. However, because it's 33 degrees in this heat wave that we're having over in the UK, I would have just baked in the car, so that's why I've moved into the woods and got on that emergency top. Okay, just think about it, you know, just because you may have a plan, it may have to change from scenario to scenario, whatever environment you're in, because there was no way I was sitting in a car 33 degrees. I would have been more sweaty than I already am. So I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. We always greatly appreciate you coming back to the channel, and those who come to the channel, you're most welcome and welcome to come back as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share to everybody on everything. It keeps us going, it keeps us in the woods. And I want to steal this from James Padgett, but however, you only live once, so live it in the woods.